Hey, welcome back. You're watching Liquid Lunch on Newsmax TV. I'm John Tobacco. It is a Money Monday, and for those of you at home that subscribe to my Monday morning quarterback newsletter, you'll know that I'm the Chief Digital Officer of a company called InvestView, traded under the symbol Ida Nancy Victor Uncle. And February 3rd is the first business day where we've launched a new passive income generation product that you may want to take a look at. Talk throughout the show today about how 1 in 4 65-year-olds who are retiring will live till 90. Will only have just about 2 years worth of savings in their IRA. A lot of things you can do to combat it. One thing you may want to look at is the Apex program. We talk about it every day on this show. They run some commercials here that are educational and create awareness. If you want to know more information about getting into and learning about a passive income generating product that may suit your portfolio, shoot me an email. In your email, include your phone number if you can. This way I can call you back or one of the reps can call you back. We're selling thousands of these packages. It gets you into the new data mining and crypto mining economy from a retail perspective, and quite good. Check it out. And quite good is what's happening in Washington, D.C. right now, because although they're dragging it out to leave a cloud over the president's head when he gives the State of the Union tomorrow night, Jay Sekulow, Ken Starr, Alan Dershowitz, Pam Bondi, and team are presenting the president's...
That could have been asserted. He released them anyways.
And like any good little national cable news network, we have to cut in and show you some of this stuff. But it's been in the bag from the beginning, folks. The Republicans control the Senate, and they're not acquitting a president and overturning the vote of America on some trumped-up abuse of power charges. But let's check that box off and check into what's happening down in Washington with the president's defense team.
Here's what the Supreme Court of the United States has said about privileges in a variety of contexts. To punish a person because he has done what the law allows him to do is a due process violation of the basic order, the basic sort. And for an agent of the state to pursue a course of action whose objective is to penalize a person's reliance on his constitutional rights is patently unconstitutional, and how much more so when you're talking about the President of the United States. How about this? And this goes in the context of assertions of privileges, other constitutional privileges. The allegation has been that if you assert a privilege, you're assumed to be guilty. That's been the assertion. Why would you do that? Well, we've explained at great length, and I do not want to go over that again, the importance of the executive privilege and what it means to separation of powers and the functioning of our government, but I will say this. As the Supreme Court has recognized in other contexts with other privileges, the privileges serve to protect the innocent who otherwise might be ensnared by ambiguous circumstances. In another Supreme Court case, Quinn versus the United States, the privilege this court has stated was generally regarded then as now as a privilege of great value, a protection of the innocent. The opinion goes on to say, in a safeguard against heedless, unfounded, or tyrannical prosecutions. I trace for you, and I'm not going to do it again, how all of this started. All those years ago, 3 years ago, how all of this began. There is no point to go over that because that evidence is undisputed, and the FISA court's most recent orders put that in fair play. We've talked about the fact that the House violated its own fundamental rules in a series of unlawful subpoenas. I won't go over that again. Mr. Philbin laid that out in great detail. But I do think it's important to note that when seeking the advice of the president's closest advisors, despite the well-known bipartisan guidance from the Department regarding immunity, the House Managers act as if it does not exist. They sought testimony on matters from the executive branch's confidential internal decision-making process on matters of foreign relations and national